As our kids leave for school today, we say goodbye with a brave face. We know that today will define the rest of their lives. Today, they take the test that determines how they will be useful to society. This test is wonderful. It leaves no errors, no confusion. Today is also the day they graduate high school, and tomorrow they will start on the career the test has decided for them. When I think of a society like this, I think of the movie and the book, The Giver. A dystopian society where everything is in black and white and being controlled. So, when we think about tests in our lives today, do we consider it something that defines us, or is it something to be endured? Well, one day, this test may truly define what your children will do for the rest of their lives. For now, our children go to school and are required to take a test. This test is not just a grading scale for the student. It is also a report card for the parents, the principal, and the school. Testing is something that can be useful if done to understand where a child is lacking understanding in a subject. Do not allow for them to be judged based on their results. Standardized testing is a form of test that creates a rigid testing environment that is expensive. As Al Gore said, an entire week of school will dedicate their curriculum to the students taking the test. Though this is only a small piece to the puzzle a teacher must place together by the end of the year for their students to have a sliver of hope in mastering these tests. Many of the questions are multiple choice, where they know there's only one right answer. When it comes to the extended response, they're given very few creative liberties. So instead, we should find a way that does not measure the children against each other and create unnecessary stress on an environment that should be nurturing and inclusive. The Mayo Clinic already has 3 million cases of stress each year. So, I leave you with a task. Stop ourselves from becoming a world that is defined by the test. Take action. Reach out to our Federal Board of Education and ask them to change the ways in which we use these tasks as a means to grade our students, teachers, and principals. There are many ways in which you can reach the Board of Education as well. Letters have always been the standard, but in a world filled with technology, there are other media that can be explored as well. You can make a YouTube video or social media posts that can garner attention from those who may be more creative than yourself. So, as a group, we need to overwhelm them with letters. Overall, the most important thing that we all can do is understand that this is an issue that should be handled right now. Just because you may not feel confident in one regard, such as writing letters, does not mean that you can't reach their ears in other ways. Something else that may be stopping you is because you do not have children now, or you may not want them at all, but the issue will still directly affect you. Think about your siblings, your nieces, or children that you have in your day-to-day lives. Urban and Wagner did a thorough book on the history of education in the United States. As we look into the way it has changed, we see that standardized testing has only been prevalent for the last 25 years. So, before we give it another 25 years and allow it to mold our classrooms into a shell of what they could be, think back to the story at the beginning of the speech. Now, imagine a world where children are free. They're able to dream and be creative in any way they see. They're not limited by the test results that they took one time throughout the year. So, their creativity is allowed to flourish, and through out-of-the-box ways of thinking, they can develop into the flower they're meant to be. So, do not let your fear hold you back, and act now and act fast. Let this be a lesson that we all have strengths, And if you can master yours, then you can make a difference. I leave you with an image of another set of children. Thank you.